Hello once again, fellow friends. It is the day before the huge snowstorm that's supposed to come, and look at these robins. They're so sweet. They got their mummies, and they're even the little baby ones. I didn't know they were blue. Did you know that baby robins are blue? Crazy, right? Anyway, cute. So, we're going to start off this dinner. Madison wanted spaghetti, so she's always so cute when she makes it. So we're just going to pour in our homemade tomato sauce. We're using the last of our homemade garlic powder and onion powder that we freeze dried from our garden last summer, which thankfully garden season is coming up. She also does not like the smell of homegrown garlic. She's like, oh no, PUs. But we also have our homegrown oregano and basil. We still have 2 more jars of that, so we're doing good on our oregano and basil. But still, can't wait for garden seasoning. It's just right around the corner. Who else is itching to get their feet back in the dirt? Leave me a comment below. Let me know, because I cannot wait. My secret ingredient in my spaghetti sauce is Worcestershire sauce. Yes. I don't know. It just gives it that extra little something. And here we are. We're going to add our homemade meatballs that we made on that one rainy night. There's a video. You should go look it. We're going to add those in. We're going to boil it. And little Miss Madison here, she's going to dish everything up. She was like, nope, I'm serving everybody today. I was like, okay, you have fun with that. And I just stood there to make sure that, we didn't drop a pot or a pan. And I kept asking, do you want my help? She kept putting up her hand like, nope, don't bother me. I got this. I've watched you do it many a times, Mama. I got it. So, there she's going to serve up dinner. And she plated everybody's dish. And everybody came and got their dish and went and had dinner. That's what it looked like. Next day, we were supposed to get the snow. They called off school. So the kids are actually home all week. So I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit more snacks, if you will, in the house. I had all these extra Jellos that I got on clearance. See, lovely price. Even though it says it's sparkling Jello, instead of adding the sparkling water, just continue to add regular water. It all turns out to be Jello. So we made strawberry Jello. We also made orange Jello. We made it in a bowl. The kids got 2 scoops of orange. They got 2 scoops of strawberry. And that was their helping. If you want to get fancy and get little Tupperware things and put them all in little Tupperwares, more power to you. And it's just easier right now to have bowls in the refrigerator and they just scoop it out as they want it. And they know that they're only allowed 2 scoops of one and 2 scoops of the other. So, Jello. We also did a whole bunch more projects in the kitchen because we were stuck inside with all of the snow. At least it was not as bad as they said it was going to be. We got far less snow than what they were calling for, which was great. So we were also out of pickled eggs. Nathan likes Madison likes sweet pickled eggs and Nathan likes dill pickled eggs. And I picked up these little packets of already done stuff. So we just take 2 scoops, put them in there, shake them up. They sit for a day. The kids will eat them tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. And we make about 2 of these batches like every other week. It's great. It's extra protein. The kids like to eat them, and they like to make them. This time, it was Madison's turn in the kitchen to make them. Here we are. We're just rinsing them off to make sure we got all the little pieces of eggshell off. And then we're going to put them in these jars. Sometimes we cook them in the egg cooker. This time we cooked them in the Instant Pot because we were doing quite a bit more. So, but I'll show you the little bit that we do here. But again, every other week, we're making them. Keep the jars even, Madison. There you go. And we're just going to fill up our jars, top it up with some vinegar. This is a full jar, so I'm helping. When it's not as full, they do enjoy to pour it themselves. They are very self-sufficient children. And if you get this pre-made stuff, it's just 2 scoops. It works out great. It has a great flavor for the next day. And of course, it gets stronger as you go on, the longer you let them sit. It even starts to turn the outside yellow and then turn like all the way in through the egg white yellow. And then it makes the yolk a darker shade of yellow if you let it sit that long. But they don't last that long. And in my house, my kids love to eat them. Hopefully this summer we grow a lot more herbs and I can make them instead of buying these little packets. But I do only buy them when they are on sale. And here, just like canning, we're going to wipe our rims, make sure there's nothing on there. And then we're going to put our lids on. And then we're going to give them a good shake. And I think shaking is always the funnest part for the kids. And don't worry, you can bring out Hercules and Xena on this one so you don't spill anything. And this is the snow. It started around 9 o'clock in the morning. It's beautiful and it's snow. So 9 o'clock in the morning, we were starting to get things set up in the kitchen because I thought, hey, let's have a big bread making day. So the kids decided, I'm going to start setting that up. They're going to make their own breakfast. So they picked out oatmeal. Nathan picked out apple cinnamon. Madison picked out banana cream. And they both take them and over to the microwave they go. Madison spilt a little. But hey, there's no mistakes in the kitchen, just small masterpieces. Madison's like, it's still hot. It's not cool enough. But Nathan's excited about it. So we're going to take 2 cups of warm milk. We're going to put our 2 packets of yeast in there. We're going to give it a good smush and a mix mix it all up. We'll put that off to the side. We're going to get 3 cups of flour. We're going to put our 3 cups of flour in there. It turns out to be 4 because in the end we knead in the last cup. He wants to put in the yeast now. I told him no. We're going to put in a 1/4 cup of sugar. Plop it in. There you go. All right. And then we're going to do about 1/2 to a full teaspoon of salt. There we go. And he's going to mix that all in. I told him to make a little crevice or hollow out the middle because we're going to pour in a 1/4 cup of warm melted butter and 1 egg. Plop. And then I'm going to let him put in our activated yeast. And then we're going to mix this all in and start to get it all nicely incorporated. This does make 2 loaves, but instead I made 1 loaf and we made biscuits, rolls out of the other one because we were making ham this night for dinner and I thought biscuits would go great. So you just, when it's all done, we'll cut it in half. We'll take half of it, make it into 8 biscuits, because I make them on the smaller side. You can, of course, make them on the bigger side. You can make them as big or small as you prefer. And then we made one into a loaf of bread. Here is our final cup of flour that we're going to put all over the place, and we're going to knead all this into the dough until it gets nice and pillowy and soft. Gonna flour our hands so it doesn't stick, because right now it is a bit sticky. I'm gonna remove my rings so the dough doesn't get stuck between them, and then I spend the next few minutes trying to dig it out. But I give a little piece to Nathan. He's gonna roll it all up and start kneading it. I'm going to start kneading the bigger part, and I will combine them and finish rolling them out. Snow days are always fun. The kids are usually off school. We have a nice roaring fire. They get to go outside and play in the snow. This snow is like light and fluffy. It really wasn't good snowman packing snow like the last snow we had. So the kids just kind of ran around outside, and just ran around in the snow, trying to catch snowflakes on their tongue, sliding everywhere because it kind of blew and drifted. But Nathan, of course, had to go outside a lot with Dad and check to make sure that the chickens and ducks and bunnies were all doing good. And Madison said, yep, that's good. It's nice and pokey. So we're going to sit this. I'm going to go put this next to the stove. All right, dance time, because the boys went outside. So who does not love Top Gun? Best soundtrack ever, let me tell you. This is playing with the boys. And then Madison just getting down. And then we decided to get back to work. So we're going to make a loaf in the bread maker. Except when this is all done mixing up, I'm going to take half of it out, and we're going to make bagels. It makes 6 bagels, and we still get a loaf of bread, which is great. So she gets to put all the ingredients into the bread maker. It's the same steps. Put 2 packets of yeast in 2 cups of milk. It's 4 cups of flour, 1/4 cup butter, 1.5 to 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 1/4 cup sugar. And the nice thing is we're going to put this off, and the machine's going to do everything for us. There we go. Madison's like, nope, I'm going to start mixing it up just to give it a head start. Our yeast was activated, so we're going to pour that in. I'm going to get it all off the spoon. Got to get all that yummy yeast in there. And that'll sit off in the bread maker for a while. And this is the snow still coming down halfway through the day. It's beautiful snow. Then we tried some of our eggs. Madison's like, yes, I like the sweet pickled eggs. It's perfect. And Nathan's like, yep, I like my dill pickles. And of course, we cannot let their brains get frozen during the entire week that they have off of school. So we're doing some homework. I get these little Scholastic books from Walmart. And every night we do a few pages in them, just as homework and whatnots. Madison here is greasing our pans up. This is for our biscuits. Where the footage for the biscuits went, I don't know. But as you saw, I cut the bread in half, or dough in half. It's not bread yet, it will be. And I will mush this along and put it to the side. She's going to put our loaf pan with oil all over it. And then I'm going to stick this in the loaf pan. You want to make sure when you're doing bread, you make it as long as the loaf pan, because bread expands up. It doesn't really expand long ways. So there's that. This is the other half of the bread from the bread maker. So the bread maker is now cooking that loaf of bread. And then this part we're going to make into bagels. I don't know where. I know where I found it. I found it on YouTube, of course, because you can YouTube everything. But I don't remember who showed me this. But if you put your bagels on a piece of parchment paper, it's easier to plop them in the boiling water. Crazy. So I thought I'd try it this way, this time. And let me tell you, so much easier. If you haven't tried this method, I do highly recommend it. But these are our bagels. We're going to go put them off to the side. Here they all nice and poofed. Plop. Look at that. Awesome. So I put them in my lightly boiling water because we like our bagels chewy. And Nathan was like, I want roasted potatoes. So it's like, okay, we'll make some roasted potatoes. So then we're going to take some garlic and some onions. And I took a beef bouillon cube and just beat the snot out of it. Put it in there. We're going to put them on this sheet pan. And we're going to cook them at 400 degrees until they get kind of toasty and you can put a fork through them. But I was like, all right, you can make them tonight. Usually Madison takes over and makes them. Hi, Madison. She had to do thumbs up because she loves corn. And there is our dinner. It turned out great. And it is finally supposed to finish snowing. Again, as you see, it's light and it's kind of blowy and a lot of it drifted. But our neighbor loves his birds. He loves watching birds. He has a whole bunch of bird seed out there. So I got these pipe cleaners. And I found a box of Cheerios that were open in the pantry for I don't know how long. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make bird bracelets. And then we made all these bracelets and we brought them to our neighbor and he strung them up in his tree. So, and then this is the next day after we made the bracelets. Madison's like, how come we just can't make a big necklace? I was like, okay, well, let's make a big necklace. So then we just got yarn and stringed it through. Nathan said we are almost out of yogurt, so he took it upon himself to scrape out the last bit of yogurt that we had in the bowl, put it in here. I got all the ingredients, and he's putting together stuff to make yogurt. I love when my kids tell me that we're almost out of stuff and say, hey, this is what we got to do. And then we do it. It makes it fun. It makes it easy. It makes them part of it so they feel more accomplished. And then I'm just going to put it in the Instant Pot. We're going to hit the yogurt button. And in 8 hours, we're going to have yogurt. Thanks again for joining me, friends. Remember, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do. It does help the channel out to get out to more people. And this was a great week off of school with a snow day. And everybody is still safe and sound. This week is supposed to get up in the 70s. So we will see more of what goes on in the homestead. See you next time.